Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today's video is going to be all about Simplified's Dapper Desk Planner. This planner is sold out for 2019 already, unfortunately. But I've had so many requests and questions about this planner that I wanted to go ahead and do the video, and hopefully it will help you next year to be able to make your choice if you were just trying to decide between this planner and another one, or Dapper Desk and the Simplified Coiled Planner. We are going to do a comparison between the Coiled Planner and Dapper Desk also, but we're just going to go through Dapper Desk first. We'll talk about everything in the comparison, weight, paper weight. So let's get into this. Simplified Planner with the coil is $58. Simplified's Dapper Desk is $60. It has kind of like this leatherette cover, and it's beautiful. The cover feels good to the touch. It has your gold on there with your year, and on the back right there, your little Dapper Desk emblem. And it's a beautiful professional looking book in my opinion. And it is more easily transportable than Simplified with your coils. And let me show you why. Simplified with your coils is your 7x9. Dapper Desk is 6x9. And the 7x9 is not measuring your coils. 7x9 is just measuring the cover. So if you add those coils in also, you are getting, about 2 inches less of a planner in width. And that's what makes it more transportable. They're not that far apart in weight. The Simplified with the hardback cover is just a couple ounces more. Like this one's 1 pound, 14 ounces. I weighed it on my kitchen scale for you. This Dapper Desk is 1 pound, 11 ounces. Because somebody asked me that very question on Instagram today. And that's probably the only reason why I went to weigh it. Because they feel very similar. So 1 pound, 14 ounces, 1 pound, 11 ounces. You can't really tell a difference. But it is what makes the portability is the width of the planner and not having the coil bound rings. So you can see that. This just feels like a transportable book that you can throw in a bag every day. You can definitely throw this book in a bag. Of course, Simplified, they sell their bands. Make sure you buy the right size for daily or weekly. There's 2 different sizes. But they sell their bands, which makes this book really transportable also. It holds it together very well. So that is nice. Now, does the band fit Dapper Desk? I know we're going to have those questions. So let's try it on here. I haven't tried it. Yeah, actually the daily band fits Dapper Desk really well. So if you're going to be throwing this in a bag every day, I do recommend getting a band because that's going to hold it together and just help your pages to not get ruined. So the daily band works well on Dapper Desk also. Okay, so let's get into this. Your end pages are really cute pineapple tops in navy. I'm not sure what the inside pages of the blush were like. This year she had 2 colors, navy and blush. Your end pages are there. Then you have like your title page. This Dapper Desk is only made in calendar year right now. So it's January to December of 2019. Calendar year only. They do not offer this in academic year. They do offer these Simplified Coil planners in academic year. This is actually my academic year, which runs August to July. So this is August 2018 to July of 2019. Okay, you have your 2019 list of holidays in the front here, which I really like having that in a planner. She also has that in her Simplified, and we'll go through that later, the differences. They have your year at a glance 2019, and then after that, you go straight into your calendar months. Since this planner does not have tabs, because that's the nature of Dapper Desk, to be more minimal and sleek looking, this planner does not have tabs, and so all your months are up front. They are one right after the other. So all 12 months of the year, it's actually very easy to look and flip and see your months at a glance because they are all together. Then, we'll note this. Your holidays are noted on the monthlies in a really light gray, like that. And the fonts that are used in here, some of the fonts are different. I will show you in the other Simplified. But these are all like a gray font. Dark gray to light gray. Like the lines are light gray. You have a big notes column on the left side. It's a Sunday start on your monthly. So Sunday through Tuesdays on your left side, Wednesday through Saturday is on your right side. And then, like I said, all your months are in a row. So once you go through your months, then you go straight into your days. December 31st, 2018 starts right on the back of the month of December 2019. So she gives you December 31st, New Year's Eve. And here you can see how your holiday is noted. Right there, it's right under the day in gray. So that's how your holidays are noted. You have on every day a today and to-do label. And then you have your to-do tick boxes. You have your timed appointments from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then you have your big note section. Let's look at the pen test. I tested all the normal pens, which I use in planners. We have Pilot G2s, Uniball Signos, Pentel Energels, Papermate Flare, Sharpie pens, Frictions, a whole bunch of different colors of Pilot Precise V5. That's the pen set that Emily Lay sells on her site. And so I wanted to put all those colors in there for you. So there is all your pen tests. And here is how the page looks. They do not have the paperweight noted on this planner. She said this paper is a little bit nicer than the Simplified paper, and it does feel a little bit different. I don't know if it's thicker because she didn't list the paperweight. The paperweight of the Simplified coiled bound is 70 pound, and that one is Mohawk via smooth paper. So the paper in this one is Mohawk via smooth. The paper in Dapper Desk is Mohawk via vellum. And there's no paperweight listed on her site. And I have not ever heard them say that. From the feel of it, I'm guessing that it might be the same paperweight is how I feel. And that the only difference in here is that it's a little bit nicer paper is what she said, because it was Dapper Desk used to be in a leather bound book, real leather, and it was more expensive. And so they wanted to put the tiny bit nicer paper in it to match the real leather cover, but it just got too crazy expensive, and that's why they went to the like leatherette cover. So here's my pen test in the Simplified. Unfortunately, I started planning. I'm writing on the other page already. But if you want to see that, you can go to my Simplified video. I have a full walkthrough of this planner and her weekly if you're interested in that, and I will put that video down below. And I do show you this pen test before I've written on the other page. We can go to one of the last pages I've written in here and try to look at the back. Yeah, I've written a lot on this side. It's just not all the different colors. And this is my pen test in the Simplified 70 pound paper. And like I said, this one is Mohawk via smooth paper. This one is Mohawk via vellum paper and no weight listed. So I honestly think that the way the pen shows through is about the same on both of them. It's just I don't have all those different colored pens and highlighters on this page. This is what I have listed on this page. So, like I said, if you want to see my original pen test in this one and you're interested in her weekly planner, I have that full walkthrough video. I will link that down below in the description. But that is your pen test, and that is just about. This paper is really thick, feels really amazing, has a tiny slight tooth to it, is not slick at all. It feels really nice to write on. It takes the pen. I loved the curved edges of this book. I love the curved pages. I really like that. I feel like that is how pen looks on 70 pound paper, but 70 pound paper can come in lots of different ranges. And this paper is really nice. I mean, it can feel a lot of different ways. It can all be 70 pound, but feel different. This paper feels really nice. You can tell in my Simplified that I use like all the time, you know, right now. I don't feel like there's any type of extreme ghosting, and it does not bother me. So this is my planner that I'm using every day right now for my daily, and my days get pretty used up in here, as you can tell. And I do use a highlighter quite a bit in here. So that's what my days look like by the end. Up here I was using blue ink. And I do have videos showing how I plan. If you're interested in my planning, I use an CONDREN weekly vertical. And then for my weekly and for my daily, I'm using the Simplified. I will put, I do a planning update video every quarter for people who want to see how I'm planning that quarter and how my planning evolves over the year. I will put that video linked down in the description box also. Okay, so every day you have your date, your today, your to-do, and all your months are up front, so nothing is in between your days. Here is the major difference between the coiled and this book. You have a full day in this book for Saturday and Sunday. Oh, sorry, Saturday and Sunday. You do not have a full day in your Simplified. So let me turn to a month that we haven't gotten to. Saturday and Sunday in your Simplified are always split a page. You have a big room here for a happy memory from this week. You have her weekly prep tasks printed on every single Sunday, so that does take up a chunk of your room also. Her weekly prep tasks say plan meals for the week ahead, tidy up for a clean slate on Monday, write tasks and appointments for the week, and fill your tank, enjoy what matters most. So that is how your weekend looks in this planner. I often run out of room on the weekend in this planner. But in Dapper Desk, you get a full page for Saturday and Sunday. And that is amazing to me. Now, I don't know, I can't start using this one till January if I'm going to switch. I mean, I'm going to try it out because I love how I only see one page in my daily and it only takes up that much room. You know, sitting on my desk or my table next to me. This is taking up more room because it has to be fully open. So that's something I want to take into consideration. I also do love the colors in the Simplified Planner. It does make me happy, and I think I will miss that in here also. That's just me. I forgot to mention you have one ribbon page marker, so you can mark the day you're on. It's a grosgrain ribbon. It's white and navy in this navy one. And here's another difference. You have no note pages in this Simplified Coiled. You have 19 note pages is what they listed, front and back. So like 9 pages, but 19 if you're counting front and back. You have 19 lined note pages in the back of Dapper Desk. So that is nice that you do have note pages in here. You have no note pages in your Simplified. So since we've gone through the days, let's go through the differences. You have 19 note pages at the end, and then that's it. It goes straight to the end and to your end pages. Okay, like I already mentioned, your Saturday and Sunday is your big difference. Here, you're having a full page of Sunday, and you have no weekly prep listed to take up any of your room. You have a full page of Saturday also. In here, you get a half a page for each, and a lot of room is taken up for your happy memory for Sunday and for your weekly prep. So that is a lot less room than a normal day. If you have a life or a job where you need a full page for Saturday or Sunday, then this planner is not really going to work for you. In Simplified, something else I like is the color of your day. The color of her day every Monday is navy. Okay, every day of the week has a color and it repeats throughout. And I like seeing that color. I like her little flag for Monday. I like how her My Day and her to-do is done in the color of the day, and her notes is also done in the color of the day. And I like this font better than the one used in Dapper Desk also. Those are just personal preferences and things I personally like, but I just want to point them out to you. And then you will notice in Dapper Desk, the today and the to-do is in a different font and it's smaller, and your notes too. And you know, there's no color in this book. And you can see the date of Dapper Desk is right at the top of your page, middle, and your date is always on the left-hand side in the coil bound. And here's another thing. You can tell by looking at these two page colors. This one is a white that's just not quite as bright. I wouldn't call it a cream. It's definitely a white. But you can tell right up next to the Simplified here, if you look at these two pages side by side, that this is a little bit brighter white of a page. So I don't know if that makes a big difference to you, but I just like to point these things out. So the weekend days, that's a big thing. Here's another thing. This book has tabs and it opens right to your month, and your months are not all at the front. And this is what your months look like in Simplified versus your months in Dapper Desk. So you still have the same note section. Okay, it's still the Sunday through Tuesday on this side. This is printed in a lighter color. This is just a darker font. Your numbers are bigger and darker in this book, as you can tell. You have a color per month, and it matches the tab color for that month. So this is the academic version. These colors run in the same order in the calendar year version. And so it would start January being navy, February, March, April. The colors don't change for the calendar year version. So they would just, it would change the color of the month if you're getting the calendar year version. This is the academic year. So March being the color is this dark teal blue. You have that really nice cursive script, her pineapple little insignia there. You also get a simplicity tip every month in this book, your previous month's and your next month's look at a glance right there. You do not get that in Dapper Desk. So those are the differences on your monthly. None of that is in Dapper Desk. You just have a big heading right there. One thing I wanted to make sure I mentioned is the Simplified planner also has a pocket here, which she makes mini notebooks you can stick into this pocket. I kind of don't like having the thick notebook in there. So I just stick papers in here. Actually, this Streamlined and Simple tablet, I'm actually loving for sticking in here. You can have a week at a glance that way. I have a whole video about Streamlined and Simple, and I will try to remember to link that down below also. So if you are a daily only planner girl and you don't use a weekly planner in conjunction with it, then your Monday through Sunday here, you can have a week at a glance, like put your appointments. You can have weekly to-do lists, and you can stick this right up front. Now, as I mentioned, Simplified does sell her mini notebooks, which are just blank line note pages with little pineapples at the bottom. They're really nice paper, not the same paper that is in here. I've talked about these a lot on Instagram, but these notebooks do fit in her pocket here, and you can stick those in the pocket. I just prefer when I'm writing, because when the pages are turned over near the beginning, I can kind of feel the bump of this notebook. And so that's why I don't prefer to have a notebook in there for notes pages, since there's no note pages in here. But I prefer to just keep some extra paper. And this is a really nice week at a glance and weekly to-do list from Streamlined and Simple that fits right in there perfectly. One other thing to note is at the beginning of Dapper Desk, I have not had to experience this yet, but when you're writing in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit harder because your book is going to want to dip down with, you know, this big, thick book right here. And so until you get about to, you know, at least a quarter way in or more, a third in, you know, you're going to have that dip down when you're writing on this side. So in the very beginning, the cover has almost enough heft that it doesn't push down. So that's nice. You can probably just deal with it. If you wanted something hard under it, you could put another book or planner just like this in the beginning, and that actually fixes it perfectly. But we'll see when I'm doing it how it goes. This book actually, it's kind of nice. The cover is not hardback, but it's not completely flimsy. And so it has enough heft that you can kind of write, and I think it will hold up for you. So it has bend to it. It's not hardback, but it's not completely flimsy. But I wanted to make sure to bring up that point also. Now, some other things that are different. You don't get any stickers with Dapper Desk. One page of stickers comes with your Simplified planner hooked right in here. You have a nameplate page. Then you get a letter from Emily. So you have a lot more stuff in the beginning of this book in Dapper Desk. You have the process of simplifying. You have how to use your Simplified planner. None of this is in Dapper Desk. You have, because this was an academic year, so I have a 2018 at a glance and a 2019. And I have 2018 holidays and 2019 holidays. But that's not different. That's just because this is academic, so I get both years. Then you have Simplified prep work in here. You do not have any of the Simplified prep work or any of these beginning pages in Dapper Desk. It's just your nameplate page. Actually, not even a nameplate. I forgot. It's just your title page, which you could write your name on. And then you get your holidays and your year at a glance. And then you go straight into your months and then straight into your days. So technically, all these beginning pages are kind of taking up your note pages at the end of Dapper Desk. So I personally would be fine without having the simplified prep work and having some notes pages in here. But since I'm not filling out the simplified prep work, I am just kind of using this as notes pages. So that's working for me. That's another idea. What I did here was I like to highlight holidays that occur on different days every year, such as Daylight Savings Time, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Daylight Savings Time again, and Thanksgiving. I don't know why I highlighted that because I know that's the fourth Thursday, even though it falls on a different date every year. But anyway, the holidays that I don't have memorized where they fall on because they change from year to year, I highlighted so they're easy for me to glance here and see. They are written in your planner, but these are just ones that I kind of like to go and highlight in my planner, and that's why I did that. So you have several pages of simplified prep work. It's things like what worked last year, what didn't work last year, ideas for new routines, ideas for new healthy habits. You have kind of like a week you can lay out your schedule. What's your routine, morning routine, evening routine. I'm not going through all this extensively because it is in my simplified planner video that I'm linking down below. More simplified prep work is the simplicity challenge, and then kind of like your yearly bucket list. And then it starts into your first month, which mine is August because this is an academic. So those are the big differences. This comes with all the simplified prep work at the beginning and no note pages at the end. This has colors. Dapper Desk has no colors, but Dapper Desk has notes at the end and is more portable. The paper is a little bit different like we talked about. The price is about the same. This is $60. This is $58. And I almost forgot to show you guys the box that Dapper Desk comes in. It comes in a nice keepsake white box right here. It's very heavy duty. You can store cards in it or pens in it. White boxes like this, I love to use as drawer dividers in my desk drawers for like little notepads, Post-its, pens, markers, highlighters. I love when the boxes are white, and this size works for bigger things. I also use iPhone boxes because they're white on the top for drawer dividers for pens and notepads and stuff like that. So that's what I would use this box for. I would definitely not throw it away. You could also use it to store cards in your closet, anything like that. Keepsakes, it's just a really nice box. Your simplified planner comes in a completely different box. Her boxes are usually navy, but this year to mark her 10-year anniversary, they were a special hot pink. I'm guessing they'll go back to navy next year unless they're gonna start doing a special color every year or something along those lines. So this was her special hot pink 10-year anniversary edition, but these boxes open this way. And so they're different and they're bigger, but they still make great keepsake boxes for cards, or I like to store planner supplies in here, markers, stickers. These just make great planner supply boxes, really, also, if you don't need to keep keepsake cards in it or anything like that. I have a stack of them, and then I have the front labeled right here so I can see in my stack which one I need to grab out for what. So these both come with really nice keepsake boxes. And I think we've covered everything, you guys. I try to always give all the details, but to not make the videos too long for you guys. But everyone always says they would rather have more details, and they don't mind the link. At least that's what I hear more often than not. Okay, so that is your Dapper Desk planner compared to Simplified. If you have used a Dapper Desk, I would love to hear about it below because I have never used one. This is the first Dapper Desk I've ever had in my hands. This is my 4th simplified planner to use. So this is the 4th year I've used a simplified planner. And so I've had a lot of these in my hands. And like I said, this is my first time to have a Dapper Desk in my hands. And I'm excited to just give it a little whirl in January so I can just speak from experience and tell you, you know, what I prefer. But it really just comes down to preference. Both of these books are beautiful. Both of these books are quality. I can tell you the Simplified with the coil functions perfectly, and I've used it for 4 years. I mean, I cannot speak to how this book will hold up because I haven't had it or used it before, but I will give it a try in January, and I will be reporting on that on Instagram. I always keep you guys up to date on Instagram, so if you haven't joined me there, join me there at Amanda's Favorites. That's it for this time, guys. Happy planning, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.